Hi guys, welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Tonight we'll be talking about Randers. We'll be talking about Vardy's return. We'll be talking about everything in general. We'll be talking about Yuri Tielemans. Reports according to Brendan Rodgers that he hasn't declined a new contract offer. Get your thoughts in on that one. We'll also be talking all things Randers. Who are Randers? I will let you know who the Danish Cup champions are. We'll get a little insight into them, their top scorer, where they are on the table, how they're doing ahead of tomorrow's game. We'll be talking about Leicester City being in the hunt for Bristol City's midfielder Han Noah Masengo. We'll talk about Wilfred Ndidi. How much is Wilfred Ndidi worth, Leicester fans? Let me know in the comments. We'll be talking about that, as it's been reported £50 million Villa are going to pay. Absolutely atrocious. We want more. We want more, Leicester fans. We're going to talk about James Justin, Ricardo. We're going to get all that in. We're going to get your views on team selection. Will Yannick Vestergaard come in? Not after West Ham. No, you can't put the blame on him for that West Ham goal. It's all down to the team. I think it was just a coincidence, don't you? So, yeah, we're going to talk all things like that. Guys, as always, smash a like, share, subscribe to Leicester Fan TV. We want your comments. We want your views. Come and join me. I'm going to put the link out. So, yeah, come and join me. Come and get your views in. If you haven't been on, if you're new to the show, come and get your views in. As I say, please like, share, subscribe to Leicester Fan TV. If you're new watching tonight, smash a like on Facebook, smash a like on YouTube, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Let's grow together. By the fans, for the fans, Leicester Fan TV. Your opinion matters. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us wherever you can find us at Leicester Fan TV. Please go and drop us a follow. It'd be really much appreciated. Let's build. So, guys, I'm going to see you in a second. So let's get this show on the road. See you in a minute, Foxes fans.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV, the Wednesday night Fanzone show, the day before another game in Europe. Get your comments in, get your views in. We are going to get them all on screen, so please be sure to do that. Get involved in the debate, and let's look ahead to the game and other news along the camp. Please like and share this stream. Please subscribe to Leicester Fan TV on YouTube if you can. If you're watching on YouTube, push that notification button. It will let you know every time we are live. Right then, most importantly, let's get a few good evenings into the fans then. Nick Moore, evening, pal. Evening, Jaffrey. Evening, Amanda. I hope you're doing well. Let's get behind the Foxes. Let's do so. We are Foxes fans. Things can be very frustrating. No matter what, we will all agree that we will back our team 100%. So, yeah, if you agree with that, smash a like. We are all passionate about our football club. We may not agree about the same thing, but we all want the best for our football club. Yeah. Evening, Jack. Evening, Maz. I'm sure I've seen you in town on the high street. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. Maybe I have an imposter. Who knows? Jay Black. Evening, Chris Ward. How are you, mate? Tielemans hasn't rejected a new contract. He's the slowest reader alive then. Well, we're going to talk about that. It doesn't matter who Randers are. Can we please see a Leicester performance and a possibility of a clean sheet? I mean, Randers, Mr. Christopher Gutteridge, are going to come to town. They're going to look at set pieces. They're going to look at exploiting our weaknesses, just like Slavia Prague did in last year's Europa League. 100 mil plus is the spine of the team. Without him, we would struggle. Well, Vesta, yeah, we're not going to get into that one. Yeah, I had to mention his name. Robbie Gamble. Evening, pal. How are you? Are you well, mate? Wilf is priceless, but only if he wants to pull on the shirt, completely committed, same as all players. Well, we all want players who are committed to this football club. If you're not committed to the football club, get out. We want players who are 100% committed, who want to pull on the shirt every week and perform to the highest of levels. And also go and defend corners, and that's in your contract as well. Not to concede every week. We should swap Vestergaard with Randers. Reckon we could get half a Mars by free Tic Tacs. Maybe. Yeah. Good evening, all. Good evening, Rob. Facebook user, whoever you are, hello. 27k tickets sold, not bad for a Tin Pot Cup. That no one is interested in. Well, apparently we've got 5,500 tickets left, I believe. Can't see a clean sheet coming anytime soon. Evening, Ronnie. Thought you was a bit harsh on the lamppost on Sunday. Well, not all lampposts. Come on. Unless it's Vestergaard. Sam Lane. Shane Lawler wants to come on live, chat for a chat with you. Matt Vickers. Hello, pal. How are you? Let's enjoy away days a bit more, Mr. Vickers. Hopefully some happy times. But yes, evening to you. Need to be switched on from the first minute to the last. No good. Either chasing games or giving them away in the last minute. Yes, I definitely agree. I won't say where you was stand outside waiting, mate. Just place called. Yes. Wasn't for me, though. I can look at foods like that, but can't touch them at this minute. Trying to lose a bit off the belly. But don't we all try? Come on. I know it's a bit too late. January the 1st was long ago, but, you know, we've all got to give it a go at some point. Villa can't afford Wilf. Well, what can Villa afford? We need to put a shift in Thursday night and build confidence first thing. Rob Spence. Jaffrey, can I just mention Liam's funeral possession? We're going past the King Power, I believe, at 1:30. Anyone welcome to give him a clap? Yeah, go and do so, Leicester fans. Please go and give Liam a standing ovation, a credit to the football club, an amazing bloke who loved his football club so much, followed him home and away. Gratitude. And I respect that so much. He followed us wherever Leicester City went. True supporter, legend. I'll put that down. Who's going tomorrow? I am. Just hopefully we can tighten up from corners. Hopefully we win tomorrow. Come on, you Blues. What date's that? The 18th, I believe. His funeral's on the 18th of Feb. So if you buy the King Power, go and give Liam a applause and go and show your respects to a true gent and a true legend of the football club. No JJL, Ricky P tomorrow, who plays fullback, all Brighton. Will Pratt come back and push for a position after injury? Always look like a try hard to me. Friday, sorry, forgot to say, and be there. Yes, you will, Mayan. Hopefully we'll see you at the King Power Stadium. We need to clear out Vestergaard, Bertrand and the likes and keep the players that matter and actually build. January was a bleak, less defensive buy. Add Jose Perez to that list. Mark Gatwood, not really pulled much in weight. Not really pulled his weight, Jose Perez, in this football club. Yes, I'm not his biggest fan. Yes, he's not worth 30 million. He probably isn't worth £30. Lonsdale trainers from Sports Direct. Maybe you get better out of them and they'd last longer. Better performance when walking. Let's get a result Thursday to build confidence for Sunday against Wolves. Yeah, we have to beat Randers tomorrow, otherwise we'll be a laughing stock again. Well, let's try and not beat Spurs to it, shall we? AW Fox. I think Perez will go, yes. We'll be with you soon, lad. Just put in, yeah. The European Conference is probably our best chance qualifying for Europe for the third consecutive season. Love our European nights and could not understand the Tin Pot Cup mentality. Spurs didn't want it. Leicester, go out and grab it. No matter what competition it is, you're in it to win it, just like the lotto. You've got to be in it to win it. If you don't know whether you're going to win it. And it also brings European football. So, yeah, spot on. Robbie Gamble. I think it's about taking it seriously. I think for me at this minute in time, we don't deserve to be in Europe in the top 6. We've obviously threw that away with so many points behind. But silverware is silverware at the end of the day. People call the Community Shield a non-existent trophy, a Tin Pot trophy, a Mickey Mouse Cup, but you've got to be in it to win it. You win it, it's fine. It's another trophy. It's more than what Spurs have won, Robbie Gamble? Hi, come on, you foxes. I'm going there. And DD's silverware is silverware, I agree. And DD's going Villa. It's a cup. Big up, Jack, the voice of reason. Somebody's got to do it. Well, I'm not the only reason. Villa can the man from Barcelona. We can't agree with a waste of money, hit and mostly miss. Agree, spot on. Thank you very much. 5-4 win tomorrow, big strong side tomorrow, and give them a good hiding. Well, we've said that about many teams. I mean, look at Slavia Prague last season. We underestimated them. We just overlooked them, and we got a spanking. Why? Because you shouldn't do that. You should take every team seriously, no matter what league they're in. It's a cup. Go play your hearts out. Exactly. It's the only way we're going to get into Europe. Lol, who do we think Villa getting Ndidi? Will be a disgrace if Brendan doesn't go full strength against Randers. We've obviously got Wolves on Sunday as well. Villa think they can get Basuma as well. I mean, there's stories about him that I'm not going to share. For Farnell to resume training on Friday, fantastic. Tomorrow ain't going to be an easy game, no. Heard Vestergaard is up front for tomorrow. Big call from Brendan. Someone go on the phone to Brendan and say that's a fantastic idea. The big man up front just lacks pace. I mean, just stand him on the goal line and we'll be all right. Vestergaard. What's your prediction for tomorrow? I'll give that very soon. Very disappointing. It's not a sellout. Cheaper tickets in half term. We're still in Europe. Is Ricky P out again? We'll get to that one as well. Right, Leicester fans, if you want to come on the show and give me your thoughts, please do so. I've sent out the link for whoever wants to join, whether you're coming on from Facebook or YouTube. Please come and give your thoughts. Villa won't sign anyone. Villa will have 50 million to spend, but want Wilf doesn't mean yeah, he's off. Villa can't afford the man from Barcelona. We can't. Who is the man from Barcelona? Yes, Coutinho. I forgot. Let's bring Madhad on then. Madhad, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Yes, I'm all right. Thank you, mate. Madhad, let's talk about Brendan Rodgers then. Come out at the weekend and said Tielemans hasn't declined the contract offer. Where are we looking at this, Madhad? I mean, Fabrizio Romano was all over it over the weekend saying that Yuri has declined the contract offer from Leicester, wants to leave in the summer. Brendan then came out after the game and said, you know what? He hasn't. Where do we stand with it, Madad? Who's telling the truth and who's lying? Or is it the Jeremy Kyle show? We need a lie detector.
I think it's irrelevant, to be honest with you, because he's had a year. Apparently, he's been sitting on the table for a year. If he'd wanted to sign it, he would have signed it. And I think probably the club's always ready for players to leave. So they've probably got 3 or 4 people on a list that they really want to get. So for me, replacing players isn't that hard for us.
Yeah.
And we're quite good at it, to be honest.
Okay. Ross, what are your thoughts on this what Brendan Rodgers has come out with about Tielemans? And who's lying, Ross? Fabrizio Romano or Brendan Rodgers?
Yeah, of course. Look. Obviously with Yuri Tielemans and that, and then I've been trying to practice that for ages. Obviously it comes from, they always say about the horses. I know the horse's arse, and also on this occasion, oh no, that's wrong. So on this occasion, Brendan Rodgers is the manager, and you just got to believe him. In the day, Tielemans. I mean, I don't know if anyone's seen his interview. Apparently, it's disrespectful, according to Michael Richards. I don't know.
Go on. I've read that today.
Are we ready? Yeah. I don't know quote. I don't know quote unquote. You look a bit puzzled. In the I've not heard it.
Michael Richards say.
No, apparently Tielemans has done an interview something about the contract situation, and apparently Michael Richards finds it disrespectful.
And has the interview come out?
Yeah, it has come out. It was been on quote. Have you got the quotes there, Jackie boy?
No, because I've only seen the one after the conference. I've
read it.
After the game, I saw he said something about his contract, but I didn't see the one that Michael Richards is talking about.
But in the day, he's not throwing a paddy. He's not requesting a move, has he? Because we're all bashing him about Yuri and all this contract situation, but he's not. I'll say touch wood. Like he's not throwing his toys out the pram. He's not refusing to play for us. He's gonna give it his best until obviously. You never know if we might win. If we win the Conference League, that I'm not saying that might convince him to stay. We don't know. In that being Europa League, who knows? You never know what could happen.
Yeah, I think Rodgers, he keeps coming out with these quotes, and it's only because he's trying to deflect away from the game itself, is what I feel. Because he wasn't like this a few months ago.
Ross, thoughts on that?
Repeat that last part again, sorry.
As in, like, it's because of his own incompetence that we're losing the games, and then he can't do anything about it. So he just starts making quotes that everyone focuses on.
I know, I get where you're coming from on that. I mean, I've seen his interviews. I agree with Stephen Pine there. Any player that's not interested. But yeah, get the glasses on.
12, 18 months for not saying obviously not about the money.
In the day, we had the privilege of signing him first. We can say we were his first English club he played for was Leicester. Yeah. And obviously we built him to what he is. Let's not forget, at Monaco he had a torrid time because he signed from Anderlecht, if I'm not mistaken. Monaco. First few months were all right, but then after that he had a torrid time. And
the manager.
And whether you like Puel or not, he brought him into the club. Maybe Brendan Rodgers might not have brought Tielemans into the club. At that point. So whether we like Puel or not on his stuff, he brought Tielemans in on loan, yes, and now it's developed. So
I think you also have to remember this.
Let's see what happens.
I think he was playing Champions League at 16 as well. So he was
very young age.
From a very young age, he was linked to a lot of players, or a lot of the big teams wanted him. So we were very lucky to even get him.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm a lot of my friends that know, obviously, they've played. I know played a lot of FIFA and they've watched over years. They've said we were very lucky to sign Yuri Tielemans because of the fact that how quality of a guy is, that the player he is. Obviously his goals. I mean, when he doesn't score many, but when he does score, Jesus Christ, they're amazing. So.
Boys, let's move on to the next one then. Sunny Spain to a move to London. It's gone quite fast, hasn't it, Ross? Moving from Leicester to Spain and then back to England again to a move to Chelsea for Sionchu.
Of course.
Chelsea are reported to want to make a move. I mean, would you want to make a move for an out-of-date Turkish delight, Madad, at this point of the season?
I would drive him to Chelsea. If you really want to go to Stamford Bridge, I will drive him free of charge.
Technically,
25-year-old. He needs to have a centre back right next to him. I've heard a lot of people who were like, "Oh yeah, if we get Johnny Evans or we get someone with experience." You're 25. Have some composure.
Well, to be fair, you can go on. You can use my rail card. And if he wants to, he can go down to London St Pancras if he wants. But no, on a serious note about Soyuncu, let's be honest. First let's review reviewing his years. I mean, his first year he couldn't really get a sniff, and what with Fridge in there and Johnny Evans, and then when obviously Fridge left, and obviously Kags, what was that for?
No, he's on about the Kags move to Chelsea.
Oh right, I thought you meant about using
I'm not joking. It's been reported. Hurry up and get rid. Fitz Evans, sell to Chelsea. They loved a bit of Leicester, Deadwood, Asterisk Water, and Chilwell.
Yeah, but N'Golo Conte is not Deadwood. Let's be honest.
No.
Let's put that one into perspective. But end of the day, is that season when we came fifth the first time round. Oh my God, he was amazing. Let's be honest, we can't take away how amazing that season was for Soyuncu. Second season, it was doing well, but do you know what it is? The Euros is when it all began. I think that's when it all. I mean, the downfall of Kags, or of Lord Farquaad, as people used to dub him as. Please tell me you know who he is, Mad Had.
Yeah, he's from Shrek.
For that.
To be honest, I had no idea that that's what people called him until I went on Twitter and I saw the two side by side. It's exactly the same. The hairline, the facial, everything works.
It's like since the Turkey had a horrendous Euros, he's not been the same player at all. It's like Soyuncu is still in wherever the Euros were. Well, it was all over the place, but wherever it was, and an imposter like a personoid. Sorry, I'm cutting a game here. An imposter has come back and he's been absolutely shocking. But capital S, he's been awful. In fact, our best centre back this year is not even a centre back. That's a Marty.
Marty, yeah. But to be honest, if you go back to the last, I think we lost 7 out of the last 8 games in the first COVID season, and he didn't look the same players. Like he didn't look the same as soon as some of the other people got. I think Chilwell was out. Evans got injured, and all of a sudden you could see he was starting to shake a bit. And then even last season, to be honest, if you look back at a lot of the games, we did try to nab them at the end, or we were winning against the run of play a lot of the time. But I think this season it's like I've read somewhere that expected goals conceded or something like that. It's like the number of goals expected to concede. We're like third from bottom, and Newcastle have got. They're essentially saying that with Newcastle have got a better defense than us, which is mental.
I just think I get. There's a few comments saying about why we want to get rid of him, but this CA, I think he's having a bad spell. I get that, but I know what will happen. He'll go to Chelsea and he'll be like the absolute best centre back you'll ever see. Like that's the issue. But
boys, the next one then, Schmeichel. Let's talk about Kasper. We've read reports that he obviously wants out to a Champions League club, Ross. It's come up numerous of times in the last couple of months. I mean, he's coming to a stage, isn't he, Ross, now? He said he can play into his 40s. He's 36. I mean, we wish him well, don't we, Ross, if he chooses to leave at some point. Obviously, his contract runs out next year, I believe.
Absolutely. That's one player that if he left, I wouldn't be. Of course, we're going to be disappointed. Let's get that out there. But he's been with us since 2011. He's been with me. He's been with me. He's been with Leicester since I turned 18 years old, and I'm now 28. 29 this year. End of the day, I'm surprised we've still got him, and let me tell you why. If we'd have got relegated that year in 2014-15, he wouldn't be at our club.
No.
He has kept us, we all have bad games, Schmeichel's had a few of them, but obviously, what he's been through with his great relationship with the owners, with Vichai, God rest his soul, top as well, and that documentary.
Have you read the report?
I have, yes.
He called Vestergaard a top class player. He's very mobile. I mean, I've seen O2 be very mobile than him. That's where you get the service. It was on HITC.
Oh, okay.
And then the Daily Mail.
It's like, he said he wants. I mean, exactly. Yeah, I agree on that one. Everson, he used to play for. It was on Rotherham last season. 1 second. Yeah, so I'm
Ross, let's talk about Schmeichel, Ross. What is Schmeichel's strengths, Ross? And what is his weakness in Madad? I mean, he doesn't come in claim a ball, does he? Really, when it comes to set pieces, how many goals do we concede?
I think he's just getting old, to be honest with you. And this idea that he can go to the Champions League club is a joke. The idea that he can go to a higher level at this stage, he looks like his body's starting to slow down. He's not so much that cat that could go everywhere. But I think, to be honest as well, he's letting more goals than he should have, probably, because we've had a bad defense. And you know, I look at that guy, what's the name of the backup? Dan, what's his? I forgot the backup goalkeeper.
Danny Ward.
No, it's the other one. Yeah, it's Danny Ward. Apparently, he came from Liverpool's academy, and he was highly rated as well. So I don't know if he could get a run of games, and maybe he might be a free replacement.
Yes. Leicester in the hunt to sign Bristol City's midfielder Han Noah Masengo, Ross. Do you know anything about him, Ross, the French international?
All I know is he plays for Bristol City, and it is called that name. That's all I know. And no disrespect to Bristol City fans, if anyone watching, I have no idea who he is. I'm not going to lie.
He's probably going to be good, though, because we're usually linked to quite good players. And our last championship player, I think, was Maddison. So,
yes, I'll pick up on that. I've seen that on the field in the first half, I believe, Charlie. They had a right natter. I don't know what it was about.
No, I think it's because Amati, he was trying to get him to pass quickly. And Amati wasn't sure.
I'll love the comment on below. The next one.
Why don't we give Charlie a chance? I'd agree with that, to be honest.
Look at the comment from Nick Moore. That's what I'd say.
Right. Could we blame him for wanting European trophies? Doesn't cut it, no. Wonder wanting to leave, Kante did. Mahrez. Reality is we're giving Rodgers way too much time because of this. We're now sitting way down the league with players wanting to go elsewhere. Very worried where this puts Leicester. We can all sit here and make it excuse, but the truth is players leaving, the further it is very dull right now. Is that true, Ross? Do you think Brendan's keeping certain players at their own will who actually want to go?
Of course. I think with Schmeichel, obviously, if he wants to leave, but he's been, like I said, he's 11 years. He's been a great servant of the club. You can't, and if this were 5 years ago, we'd be fighting tooth and nail to keep him.
Yeah.
But he's coming. I'm already 36 now. Well, I have signed him on LMA manager at 17 on LMA manager 2004. So he's 17 on that. So yeah, he's coming about 35, 36 years old. You know, we've got keepers. Everson, so a lot of my mates at Rotherham fans, they've said they're really good keeper in Everson. He played really well there at Rotherham. And he's now at Preston at the minute. So
players will leave if we don't show ambition. Ross, do you think it's about ambition keeping these bigger players at this football club? The Tielemans, the Schmeichels, the James Maddisons. Do you think it all comes down to ambition at the end of it, Ross?
Yeah, I think so. Because if you've got no ambition, then why would you want to play for the club, or why would you want to play football? Football. It's about winning games. It's about being the best you can be the best in the world. Last year, obviously 2016, we were the best. We were the best English team in the world. Yeah. And also we're the best FA Cup team last year. So it's about. I agree on ambition. But obviously tomorrow, it's all about tomorrow. I think tomorrow is more important than anything. I'll tell you why. People might think, oh, it's just the Conference League, but this competition, if we win the competition, not only will we be the first ever champions, we'll take that, but we'll also be in Europa League. Because let's be honest, we all be going to reality. We are not going to get in the top 6 this season. Let's be honest. Let's be honest on that one. Oh yeah, yes. Jaskalainen, I remember him.
Jossi Jaskalainen.
Yeah, I remember him. But yeah, I think we need to take this more seriously now. But the problem is, I heard it on. I can't remember where I heard it. I think it was from Felipe. I'm not sure. Yeah. That we when it comes to knockout competition, I think it was Jamie from the Fox's Arms. Jamie said about knockout competitions, meaning apart from like European competitions are Brendan Rodgers' downfall.
Yeah, but the standard of teams we're playing against. From
Yeah,
what
but
I've heard, the only teams that are half decent, I think, is PSV and Roma.
Let me stop you there. Okay, let me stop you there. I don't usually do this. It doesn't matter what team they are. A team that was made 9 years ago beat Spurs. I mean, we beat Tottenham Hotspur.
I'll just let you two have the debate. Go on.
Right. And then let's be honest, last year...
the Mora team.
Yeah, Mora. Mora, whatever you want to call them.
That was...
you've got a team, and there's another team in there that beat Tottenham. I had it before. Rennes, however you pronounce the name. They're a really decent team in the French league, and they're going well. You've got Roma's in there. They're a decent side, even though they've got part of the bus Mourinho in charge, but they are a decent side. So it's not going to be a walk in the park. Last year, but let's be honest, when we played Slavia Prague before that game, we're all sitting here. Oh yeah, we're going to win it. We're going to overlook this.
We overlooked them and underestimated them, Ross.
And we drew 0-0. And the second game it was painful to watch. So
to be honest, even with this whole Brendan stuff now, it's not something that happened all of a sudden after we left the Europa League. Like, the signs have been there in the style of play that we're...
I get that. I understand
was slow
that.
Passing. It was like whenever we get the ball, we didn't know what to do with it. We were completely allergic to trying to pass it forward. So I get what you mean, definitely. You're definitely right. And it's if the other team really want it, basically. And we don't want it. And we're not organised in that way.
Yes. Next one then, lads. Who wants to pick up on this one? How much is Ndidi worth? Villa wants to pay £50 million, my dad. That's a right kick in the teeth, isn't it? It's a disgrace to even come out with them sort of reports. How much is he worth, my dad, Wilfred Ndidi? Come on. Surely worth £50 million plus.
To be honest, we have to remember, especially with the current situation, that the people we're competing with, except from the legitimate top six, you've got now Villa and you've got Newcastle, and they've got a lot of money there. You've got a lot of... They're quite rich, their owners, and they're willing to splash it around. So we're competing...
They don't even know how to do handshakes properly, but okay. That's...
but they're spending a lot of money, and so wages will probably be the main thing that will pull him in. I don't think he's worth 50. I think he's worth at least what Maguire went for. If Maguire went for 80, I mean, what's the benchmark there? Is he 150? Because he's definitely twice the player.
Here on Leicester Fan TV, my dad thinks indeed he's worth 150 million quid.
No. Don't put me on that. Don't put me on that. No. I'll say realistically, he's worth I don't know how much is left on his contract, but let's say there's 2 years left. He's worth 70. I would say.
Did he sign it till 2025? Because I remember he signed like a 4-year, 5-year new deal, and he was holding up a shirt saying 2025, I think, or 2024. I can't remember. Let's not forget as well. Let's not forget, another one saying 200 mil. There's no way getting away from the fact that we are going to have to sell. Yeah, Mendes has got a point.
I've heard something about the wages to income at Leicester is like the highest in the league. So we spend comes in on wages. So we have to get rid of it.
It's not always about the money. I mean, let's not forget it's about family and their family. Indeed, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't he not doing stuff like university stuff at Leicester?
Yeah,
I think
doing business.
He finished this year.
Yeah,
he started in 2019, so it should finish this summer.
I'm sure that they'll delay the exams for another year, surely, just so we can keep Ndidi. But no, it's all about family and stuff. I was reading listening to a podcast earlier that Aaron Ramsdale. One of the reasons he went to Arsenal because obviously his family living down south, and it was easier for him and stuff.
Yeah.
Right then, lads. Let's get on to the next opponent. Said
Rangers with a D.
Okay, let's give you a bit of history on Randers. Fifth in the Danish Superliga, top scorer El Hadji Kamara, 6th in the league, 2 in the Conference League.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Their
I
last,
could always ask Alexa. Sorry.
Their last game they played, they lost 3-2 to Arsenal Tula, basically whoever they are of the Arsenal Premier League.
They're in Russia, I think.
Well, whoever they are, it makes Arsenal look very suitable. Let's have a look at Brendan Rodgers' press conference then. Vardy to return in 10 to 14 days, according to Mr. Rodgers. Has he been missed, Ross, up front for the Foxes? Do you think that's where we're struggling with up front?
It's not just, we're not just struggling up front. We're struggling all over the place, not just up front. You know, we're struggling at the back. We're struggling at the back, which is the concern. Comment of the night. Oh dear. But no, we miss Vardy a lot. You know,
oh, that's going to be an award.
Don't even go there. I'll have to watch that tomorrow if that happens. Don't go through bets on it either.
Oh.
A combo of El Hadj Diouf and Key Kamara.
I remember El Hadj Diouf. He had a bit of
look what we could have been.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Ross, that could have been the only time Cags went to Barcelona.
I've been to Barcelona. I've actually been to the Barcelona ground. So has Charlie.
Yeah. But it's not prime Barcelona, so a lot of the players.
Yes, I agree with that.
Bit of Braithwaite and Adama. To be fair, though, Adama's playing really well for Barca at the minute. To be fair.
That's true. But it's probably because it's a slightly slower league and it's less physical, so he's overpowered.
That's true.
He'd be like a player on FIFA. They give 99 to all over.
It's true.
Right then, you two. Ricardo's out of tomorrow's game due to precaution with his broken leg, so he won't be featuring. James Justin's out for the next few weeks with a hamstring. That was it wasn't as bad as Brendan first thought, so I guess that's good in a way.
This medical department, it needs to be investigated, because why are we the only team that suffer this many injuries? 2 seasons now.
Because they sacked Dave Rennie, that's why.
Yeah, what on earth is going on? It's either that, or they're bringing them back far too early, or his coaching techniques are wearing them out. What on earth?
Do you know why I know? Do you know what it is? Because we've got bloody Colo Torre as our defence coach.
Shut up, Ross. He won the league at Arsenal, the Invincible season. No. Leave him alone. People will be up on that.
Do you remember
who else won the league? Do you know who else won the league with Arsenal? Francis Jeffers. So, don't you care?
People say won the league with Arsenal in 2004, the Invincible season. Ross, leave it.
Do you remember when Dean Smith, he went and got Craig Shakespeare in 2020 because he had those defensive problems?
I think we all have defensive problems coming up against that bloke.
But Akinfenwa,
oh,
dear me. Well, I'm going to shoot off in just a second because I'm just putting my son to bed. But I'll give my score prediction before you kick me out.
Go on then.
I think this is probably the most must-win game of the season, because I tell you now.
Who is? Is it Vestergaard? Or you having me on? Is that what he's been brought in for?
Well, I tell you now that I think I'm going to call it. If we do not win tomorrow, there will be more and more people calling for
Vestergaard.
There'll be more and more people calling for Rodgers' head if we do not win tomorrow. Even if we draw, I still think there'll be more people calling for his head tomorrow if we do not win.
Henry VIII called for so many heads, Ross, and look what that got him.
Yeah, true. But was it divorced? The head divorced.
Newcastle will have that at some point.
True. Well, I'm going to say my prediction. Of course, I want us to win. 2-1. We'll probably concede from a set piece. I'm predicting the 25th minute for a set piece goal. And a goal scores for Daka, hopefully, and Ndidi.
Can I set my score?
What's your score going to be, Charlie? Charlie wants to have a prediction. Go on.
Yeah, that comment is right. He's been 9 months out.
Someone be honest.
Go on, what's your score going to be?
2-1.
2-1 Leicester. What score?
Patson, Daka and Eniacho.
Oh.
2-1. You heard it here first.
See you, Ross.
Slater Madhead, sorry.
Madhead, yeah.
Said a bit, Ross. That's finally him out of the way. He could talk for the Mercury, him, or even any newspaper. A story with Ross be way overdue. Madad, let's talk about team selection.
He'd be sacked because he'd be too honest. I think if you've got to work for the Mercury, you've got to lie and try to get. You've got to keep the club on board and everything.
I don't believe all these injuries. It is the third season running. The team is being sabotaged. Do you know what, Madad? It's been going on for longer than this season. Surely there's something not right.
Yeah, there's something wrong there. I just don't understand how. I mean, even some things. Do you remember 2 years ago when Ndidi came back from injury and they said, "Oh, he had a surgery in his knee, and then he was back within 2 weeks." And then Brendan Rodgers was surprised. I mean, even he was surprised that he was coming back so quick.
Yep.
I don't know what's happening.
Madad, let's talk.
Yeah, go on.
Let's talk about a team selection then. Who's starting in goal?
Schmeichel. Okay,
back four or back five?
To be honest, I have no idea who's even fit now because they've all fallen like flies.
Okay, we'll put Albrighton at right back then, and then we'll play Amati and maybe Chowdhury. We'll call it Hamza and Amati tomorrow. Luke Thomas at left back, yes.
To be honest, I'd try Avante Daly Campbell at right back instead of Amati. It'd help us get a bit of legs.
He's out on loan.
Is he out on loan?
He's out on loan at Dundee, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's all right. He should be getting game time.
Right. Midfield four then. What we're going for? Wilfred Ndidi, James Maddison, Youri Tielemans.
I'd play a 4-1-2-1-2. So I'd play Ndidi, Tielemans, Kiernan, and Maddison, and then Kelechi and Daka up top.
Okay, we can work with that. We'll do that. What about the width then? Where does Barnes and Lookman come into it, Madad?
Yes, I don't like playing with wingers. Yeah, I mean, it's too. Whenever we play with wingers, they look so isolated on the edges. They're just out of the game completely.
If you've seen Barnes in that second half, they were running here and everywhere. As soon as we scored the second goal, he was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
and then Mr. Lamppost comes on and we concede.
His substitutions are really bad.
I just knew it. Come on.
Do you remember the Spurs game where he goes to a back five with like 20 minutes or 30 minutes to go? Yeah. And then we go and concede 3.
It's mad. Madad then, big question. Can we go all the way and win the Europa Conference League? If so, yes. If not, tell me why.
I think it's a must. It's a must because we can't get Europa, and financially, if we don't get Europa, we're not like a Villa or a Newcastle that are going to splash out regardless. So we have to get Europa. But I'm not going to judge him on tomorrow. You know, Rodgers is judged on the 38 games in the league because that's the bread and butter of the season. And if you can't win those games, it's irrelevant because, you know, in a way, it's good that we were thrown out of the FA Cup and all this extra stuff, because if he had gone on a run, but we still ended up like 14th, you know, you'd see a lot of people that would say, yeah, he's doing a good job.
Come on, Leicester fans, tell me, can Leicester City go all the way in the Conference League? If you're saying yes,
what do you think about it?
Please explain yourself. Me, I definitely think we can go and win it. I know this season's been atrocious at times. I say times. We've made some dubious decisions, Mr. Rodgers. We've got certain players who don't want to be at his football club. But, I mean, they've got to kick on, haven't they? And they've got a trophy to win here. I get people are going to call it the Mickey Mouse Cup and that, but why can't we go and win it? You're in it to win it, like I say, Madad. As a Leicester City fan, you want to go all the way in these competitions, just like the Europa League. I believe we could go and win that, and then look what happened there.
We were favourites for that, along with Napoli.
I mean, it's a head scratcher, but yeah, I definitely think we can go all the way. But that's me as a Leicester City fan. It's not Brendan Rodgers, is it? If you're talking to Brendan Rodgers, then maybe it'll go and do the complete opposite and get knocked out against a team who he's never even heard of before. He don't even know what the competition is, Madad. This is the situation.
I remember seeing that.
He said it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. But I think the thing is, it is on paper, but the problem is that on paper, we should beat a lot of the teams we've lost to. But if a team comes with a good plan and really wants it, we're out of the game in the first half. Even that West Ham game, let's be honest, West Ham were really... It wasn't proper West Ham performance. Like, if they had actually come to play, like they've probably played for like the last 20 games, we probably would have lost that game in the first like 30 minutes because we couldn't even pass the ball forward.
We'll get more cash by moving further up the league than winning the Mickey Mouse competition. Madad then, NBT 3. Rogers has lost. There's so many games by doing these late substitutions. Do you think that if he is negative tomorrow in the way he approaches the game, do you think we could get slapped and get an unexpected lose at the King Power Stadium, should we call it, tomorrow night?
I think
could there be an upset on the court?
Oh yeah, 100%. But of course, it's too bad in Rogers out for me. What does that mean?
He wants you in. You better go get your suit and tie ready, man.
I've been Rogers out since we. Do you remember Europa League? At the end of the game on TV, the BT people, they switched to a penalty that Legia Warsaw were taking.
Yeah, in the miss.
We could have been in this competition at 94
and played
minutes.
Barcelona.
Oh, that pains me. Oh, and the worst part of it is, if we'd got in, a lot of people would have said, "Oh, well, at least we've made Europa." Yeah, not off our own backs, because Spartak Moscow have conceded a penalty last minute. Come on.
Do you know what, Madad? I've seen the Europa League as, in the end, when we got knocked out, that we underestimated Spartak Moscow and Legia Warsaw, and that we thought, you know what, Napoli and Leicester thought, you know what, oh yeah, rubbing your hands. It's piss easy, to be honest. Oh, we'll beat them. And look what happens. Napoli finished second, and Spartak Moscow, well, they finished top of the group with no expectations of even getting top of the group. They did it because they surprised everybody, even Brendan Rodgers, who thought they were actually going to finish top of the group. They had a chance. If we beat Napoli, we're going to finish top of the group. But then we dropped points against ridiculous games. The Iheanacho not letting Dewsbury all score and the Vardy miss against Spartak Moscow and that. I mean, there were moments there we could have won games. But then we just... Then Victor Moses scores were like 6 players in the box. I thought, Jesus Christ.
The problem with it as well, though, is we shouldn't remember the specific moments because it was the overall game. You know, if you keep creating chances, you don't leave it down to 1 or 2 moments. You know, as soon as you become Moments FC, it's all because, it's because he didn't score. Yeah, but we were shit for so long. Like, a lot of the games this season where we've won, we've been rubbish for 70 minutes. We've had a 20-minute cameo.
I think some people just look at the result and not the way the team's performed. Do you get what I mean? You've got to be honest at the end of the day. I think that's how people look at it.
I don't really mind if we perform badly every now and again, because there are some people say, oh, 3 points. I don't mind that. But you can't have 20 games in all competitions where you've just been... It's like a car that's just about getting...
Well, we've only won 4 games. We've only won 4 games in 19, Madad. What does that tell you about Leicester City's season?
Yeah, I think also, you know, we've had a lot of time out. I think the last 2 months we haven't played a lot of Premier League games. We've had a lot of COVID stuff, and then we had the huge gap. You remember with the 2-week winter warm weather break, or whatever they call it, as well. So a lot of people, we didn't need that, but a lot of people completely forgot about how bad Leicester are because we've played barely.
Where are we going to get 40 points from? I mean, I honestly feel in my bones that we will pursue the ECL, given the lacklustre performances in the Europa Cup and the league so far. If we spank Randers tomorrow, it'll be a massive confidence boost. I mean, it'll be a confidence boost for sure. But I mean, Madad, people just say, oh yeah, we only beat Randers. At the end of the day, Madad, you beat who's in front of you at the end of the day. And people were sitting there at the end through the season. Oh, you only beat a poor Newcastle side. Oh, you only beat Watford. I mean, they're teams you've got to go and get points from, isn't it? The start of the season, teams you look at and think, you know what, we can go and beat them. You don't sit and think, oh, it's only Watford, it's only Newcastle, it's only Burnley because of where they are in the table.
But to be honest, though, I mean, Randers is quite close to a city that I was actually born in. So I know the Danish Super League, but the Danish Super League and the Scottish Premier League are pretty much the same. It's like a 12 league. It's a 12-team league, and then I think they have 33 games. They play each other 3 times. If you're mid-table and you're 5th, you are dross. Like, it's akin to, it's pretty much like Leicester right now. Like, you're like mid-table.
Yeah.
But the problem is that he works against himself. We can't even defend, but it's also we can't even attack. So our problem is that when we attack, we actually look good, but he sets us up in a way that works against it. And statistically, if you look at it, we play best when Kelechi's on the pitch. I've heard something like he's got the most assists in the Premier League for Leicester City, and yet he refuses to play him. And even Vardy looks better when you put him up in a 2. But he refuses to put 2 up top because he's obsessed with having wingers, even though Barnes has been lackluster. Lookman looks like a second Ayotse Perez. He's ball shy. He feathers the ball. Have you ever seen a player that feathers the ball? It's like he orbits the ball. He doesn't look like he owns the ball.
Yeah. Madad, let's talk about score prediction then. Leicester fans, get your score predictions in for Leicester City versus Randers tomorrow night. Madad, what are you going for tomorrow night? Be realistic. What do you expect to happen?
Realistic.
Or what would you like to happen?
Well, I think I'd like this like 3-0, 4-0. But I think what will happen is a 2-2.
4-0 City. Does away goals count in this Europa League conference?
I think so, because it's Europe.
Oh, God, if they get 2 goals against us.
We are going to concede. I think we've conceded something like 2 goals on average in the Prem. So we might as well start off the game 2-0 down.
2-2. Yeah, I think there's going to be goals tomorrow. I'm going to go for I'm going to go with a 2-1 Leicester win. We need that kick up the arse, and we need that start. Champions League don't have away goals. I don't think they're doing it this time round. Andy Medhurst, 2-1 Leicester until the 85th minute. Then 3-2 Randers, 3-1, 6-1 Randers, 6-1. Jeez. I mean, is that Vestergaard in defence? We talk Daka hat-trick.
He shouldn't even be on the bench. I don't know why Ben Nelson isn't even given some minutes.
Over 2-1 Randers from a 90th minute corner. All UEFA competitions have scrapped away goals. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much, Ndidi. AJ.
You know, as well for Randers, it's going to be like if Leicester City played Barcelona, because it's the only good team they'll have played.
I'd be like playing Forest again. It'd be like playing Nottingham Forest again. But when people sit there and say, oh, how are you going to beat Randers if you can't beat Forest? That's what people are saying.
And the worst part of it is this is just the first leg. We haven't played them at home.
Oh, God.
We've now got to go to their yard. And from what I understand, Randers is a village, or not a village, but a small town of 60,000. And the stadium's 10K. So they're going to pack that out.
Oh, yeah. Right, Madad, thank you for coming on again, pal. And hopefully we will see you again.
Hopefully.
See you in a bit. Enjoy tomorrow's game, Madad. Don't get too angry.
I'll be seething. I can feel it already.
Randers only been professional for 20-odd years. I mean, look at that team what beat Tottenham Hotspurs. They weren't professional for so long either. Guys, as always, if you've enjoyed tonight's show, please smash a like, please share, please subscribe on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. Smash that like button on Facebook if you've enjoyed tonight's show. As always, they will come and attack us. They have nothing to lose and are expected to lose, exactly. Guys, I want to say a big, massive thank you to you all for getting involved in tonight's show. You have been great. Thank you for all your views, all your comments, and getting involved. But Leicester Fan TV is by the fans, for the fans. We love a good debate, and we love all your opinions. Sorry about that. Knocked my glasses off. Right, guys. Thank you so much for watching tonight, as always. Thank you to these guys, ADT, Hollogram, Tiger, Pizzeria, Pukka Pies, Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, the Foxes Arms, Newby Co and Hope Against Cancer. Thank you to all the guys for sponsoring us here at Leicester Fan TV. Go and follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you can find us at Leicester Fan TV. Please go and drop us a follow as always. Tomorrow we are live for the watch along as Leicester take on Randers in the Europa Conference League. We are live with Reedy for post-match analysis on Friday. Also looking ahead to the Wolves game. Join Jamie for the aftermath show / pre-match show as Leicester take on Wolves at Molineux on Sunday. Join him at 10 o'clock. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. This is Jack from Leicester Fan TV saying ta-ra. Come on, you Foxes. Let's go and get them wins. Believe, and you will achieve, Leicester. Come on. See you in a bit, everyone. And enjoy tomorrow's game. Come on, Leicester.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.